welcome to the first roundup video for works on the XJ-S. It's got temporary wheels on at the front here, so I can get the originals off to go and get them refurbed and get new tyres on. So I've got it jacked up quite a long way. You might be able to see it in the video, it's a bit of a difficult camera angle. So the back end's quite a long way in the air, and I've got a few safety measures here. So it's on axle stands with the hockey puck, and it's got a bit of safety net should anything bad happen whilst I'm underneath it. So the rear road wheels are off, as you can see. Radius arms are now also disconnected. A big thank you to the previous people that worked on this car for copper slipping absolutely everything that I've undone so far. Slide the radius arm mount, and similarly up underneath there. Really handy, and same with these drop link bolts. Bit of a crusty anti-roll bar there. I think it will probably live to fight another day though, so that's fine. So I've undone the drop links from the radius arms. Got the ABS sensors out. Managed to shear off the head of that little screw there, so I'll have to drill that out and tap a new hole. Might helicoil it and stick an Allen key screw in there or something. You can see down through here how bad the rear brakes are. It's really rusty on that old original brake disc. But the good news is the springs aren't too bad. I think I'll be able to reuse those. They'll eventually come apart. I'll get them blasted and refinish them. I managed to get the union undone in the exhaust, so that's pretty good. And the anti-roll bar mount, which you can see there, is undone. So the anti-roll bar's out in the bushes somewhere there. And you can see, if I just angle it up, it's under there. You can see the prop shaft is out somewhere there, off the back of the diff. Up there somewhere, there it is. And I've put bolts back in where I found them, so I don't lose anything as I've been going. So I hope that will pay dividends. And underneath, it's actually not too bad. The condition is pretty decent. It's been wax oiled fairly substantially, and favourite rock places are thankfully free from any corrosion, which is great news for me. The exhaust pipe is not great, and I think I'll probably end up replacing that with maybe stainless steel. We'll see. Might even get rid of these intermediate silencers for a slightly sportier exhaust note. Things to look out for are this leaking diff. Not quite sure where that's coming from, but it just gently leaks the whole time. Another close-up look at how bad the brakes are. I've got new calipers to go on the car as soon as this is all taken apart, so that'll be a major step forward. In terms of disconnecting, what have I got left to do? I've got somewhere in there is the speedo sensor, which has got to come out the back of the diff, but I think I'll do that as I start to drop the whole unit down. Excuse me. I think that's probably wise and easier to get to there. I've got to undo this joint on the exhaust so that the pipe that goes through the suspension cage is free. I've got a handbrake to undo, which is up under there. There's the handbrake assembly. And a flexible brake line, which is up under there. I think I'll probably just clamp that and cut it, because I've got a new one of those to go in, so I don't need to worry about preserving that. Other than that, we're not far away. The backs of the retaining bolts have all been thoroughly wax oiled, so I assume that's going to be fun and games getting those out, but hopefully just a bit of wire brush we'll see a good result. And then as somebody on the XJ-S JEC forum mentioned, I probably should have done this with the car flat on the ground, or flat anyway, with the front on stands as well, because getting this IRS out at an angle and then back in again could be a lot of fun. But we'll see what happens. So here are one of the original wheels. It's a shame really, they're not in bad nick, but it is beginning to bubble, and they're all pretty much like that, so they'll be off for refurb soon. I've also taken the rear plate off because I've had that on retention now, so this Northern Irish plate's come off it, and its original F-registered 1989 plate will go back on. In here I'll get some new wheel centres to go with the new wheels. There's one here, that one's been on the spare the whole time, so that's an original unused 1989 wheel centre. I'll get some 4 more to go with that, so they're a bit scrappy now. I don't want them to look too scrappy on my new newly redone wheels. There's a few bits and bobs in here, no battery obviously. And I've also got to work out what to do with these. The plastic has broken, which means they flap about. I think probably I'll take that whole back panel off and maybe make up some new plastic bits. I think you can get them, they're about 40 quid though, so I don't really want to spend 40 quid on 2 small bits of plastic if I can avoid it. Here's a collection of wheels ready to go off for refurbing there, and some new tyres which will go on. 5 of those somewhere hidden around the workshop. 5 of those which will go on when they get refurbished. So that's it for now. My Jag currently reads, let's have a look. So I think all of the components on it now have done about 32,000 miles. I can't think that any of them are particularly new. So 31,000 miles and 33 years, nearly 34 years. Well overdue for a bit of remedial work under there. So I'll make another video as soon as I've got more things off it and ready to drop that IRS down.